Alrighty, guys, one of my most anticipated movies, not just for the end of this year, but really for the next couple years, is Wicked for Good. I am ridiculously excited about this. If you guys haven't checked out the most recent edited video I made, it's on the front page of my YouTube channel, Why La La Land is My Perfect Movie. I love movie musicals, and La La Land is truly my favorite perfect movie. I love La La Land so much. When I saw Wicked Part 1, I wasn't familiar at all with the musical, other than obviously the basic premise of it's going to focus on the Wicked Witch of the West. I didn't even know, I barely knew her name. I probably heard it at some point, Elphaba, but I didn't know. And I went into it thinking, okay, I'm ready to be surprised, I'm ready to be excited, and I'm just curious to hear what this musical has in store. I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away. I love how just cinematic the movie was, how the story developed, how the characters developed, how Elphaba and Glinda, how the relationship developed, and it's complex, and there's things about prejudice and discrimination, but also themes about friendship and loyalty, and it's amazing. And of course the music. And I know I'm just preaching to the choir for those of you who have been big fans of the actual stage musical since its inception, but guys, I mean, it was amazing. So I've been super eagerly anticipating Wicked Part 2. We got a first trailer a few months ago, and it was great. I loved it. It sent chills down my spine, and just the ending even brought a tear to my eye of the trailer where you hear them singing for good. And now we have our final trailer a couple months before the movie comes out. And honestly, it's not my favorite trailer. And I'm still ridiculously excited for this movie. What this trailer exemplifies to me is that there is still a disconnect, or not a disconnect, but there is a difference between a really good trailer and a trailer that shows parts of a really good movie, or shows a movie really well, like showcases a movie really well. I think that trailers in themselves are edited art forms, right? They're mini 2 to 3 minute art forms that can be made well for bad movies, right? But can really, get you excited. I'm not saying, for example, Captain America Brave New World, I don't think it's a bad movie. I don't hate it, but I think the trailers for those movies, I love them. I thought they captured some of the best parts of Winter Soldier and Captain America and intrigue and political thrills. I thought it was great. The movie didn't end up being super great, but I love the trailers. And then there are trailers just for movies that I think are terrible, but they end up being really, really good movies. And this trailer is interesting because it does something that the trailers for the first Wicked did as well, and you kind of understand it from a marketing perspective. Because the last trailer, it showcased a couple songs, right? But it was mostly a trailer about the story and the general vibe of the movie, right? And then it ended with For Good. This trailer, though, does something that I remember one of the main trailers for Wicked Part 1 doing, which was just mash up a ton of the songs together. I think I counted 3 or 4 of the different songs from Wicked for Good mashed up into this one trailer. Because, again, for people who aren't familiar with Wicked, or people who just watched the first part but didn't know that there was a part 2 coming out soon, I mean, you just want to showcase as much of the music as you possibly can because that was a big selling point for the movie. So, for the first film, I remember the trailer, there was a trailer that had The Wizard and I, it had Defying Gravity, it had Popular in it, it had all the different soundtracks just kind of mashed up into one. And it makes for a kind of frenetic trailer, right? I think that this trailer does the same thing. It's just kind of frenetic. You're just jumping from song to song and different things are going on. And, oh, look, different story beats. And there's Fliero, is that how you pronounce his name? Jonathan Bailey, and there's Glinda, and they're having a fight. And I like everything I see, by the way. I love everything I'm seeing. But, as a trailer, I'm like, yeah, there's a song. And none of it really comes home until the end. Because when you get to the end and the trailer finally slows down and finally gets to For Good, again, it just, the way that Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are singing that song just brings a tear to my eye almost involuntarily. It's beautiful. And that is, again, that's the part of the movie that I am just so excited for. Other than that, visuals, you see her, you see Elphaba flying on a broom, you see her and Glinda, you see a lot of Wizard of Oz references because we know, right? We know that there's going to be some stuff going on for those of you who kind of caught the hints from Wicked Part 1 and obviously know what happens in the second part of the musical. There's going to be a lot of Wizard of Oz connections in there. You see the Lion, the Tin Man, you see Dorothy's house. So I think that everything I'm seeing in this trailer, it's positive. I just think as a trailer itself, which seems kind of weird to say, not my favorite trailer that I've ever seen, but again, I mean, it's doing what it has to. It's showcasing the strengths of the movie by showcasing all the musical aspects of it as well, and then just, being the breathtaking showcase of the movie Wicked for Good, which I just cannot imagine is not going to be a good movie. Maybe it won't be as good as Wicked Part 1, which I love. Maybe it won't be nominated for an Oscar like Wicked Part 1 is, but I just can't imagine it's not going to be good. I am so ludicrously excited. Guys, Did you see this final trailer for Wicked Part 2, Wicked for Good? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below.